Hey everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Rambling Teatime here with Chris and Kim.
Hello, people.
How are you doing, Kim, today?
I'm fine. What about you?
Me, I am feeling a little sick. My throat is a little cloggy, so if you guys hear anything sounding a little off, that's why.
I
But
don't
other
hear
than that,
anything.
well, I can feel it though. I'm not sick. I don't have the COVID or anything like that. I just have a little cold today. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. But other than that, I'm good. I'm good. What are we drinking, by the way?
We're drinking Bigelow lemon and ginger
Oh, another
with
lemon one.
probiotics.
Probiotics.
That's what the box
So
says.
this should be very helpful for my cold that I'm having.
Sure.
Hmm. I will say one thing. I like how it smells,
Mm-hmm.
and it tastes fine. We had another lemon one not too long ago. That tastes great. This, I like the aftertaste of it, but the ginger isn't as strong as I would actually want it to be.
I like it. I like both the fragrance and the taste. I think that the lemon and the ginger are blended really well,
Oh,
in my opinion. They both come through in both scent and taste.
okay.
I didn't think that one was like overpowering the other.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I just want more ginger in it, more ginger taste.
Mm,
That's all. It might be the tea bag. I was testing some stuff with some other tea brands the other day, seeing could it be that maybe one or the other tea bag might not be as good. Anywho, what are we doing today, kid?
well, Christopher, today is a very exciting episode. Um,
Try to sound exciting.
It's because it's terrifying. I just want to say that in our last episode,
Mm-hmm.
you spoke about magic practitioners and witches,
Okay.
and there are no photos for good reason.
Yeah.
There will also be no photos, especially for this video,
Why?
because some of these things look really gruesome. So today's episode is going to be creatures that scare children
Why children specifically?
because they're so originally we wanted to do different kind of mythical creatures, right?
Yes, mythical. Yeah.
And but there's so many.
Yes.
There's so many.
Mm-hmm.
How can I say this that everybody feels overwhelmed? There's so many
Yeah.
all over the world, and I just cannot wade through pages of creepy stuff, like over and over. I'm not one to get nightmares, but after seeing some images, I it's possible, you know?
Okay.
So I've started to realize like this kind of pattern, not a pattern, but I guess it stood out to me. Some of these creatures, eat children or kidnap them or whatever, whatever,
Want to have a
whatever.
snack of Timmy?
Exactly. And I said to myself, I think that we should narrow down into different categories. So maybe later on we could do another creatures thing, but this one is for to
This
scare
was for
the
the kids.
children.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
was for the
Well,
kids.
it's not for kids, but it's for kids. It's for kids to hide.
Hide from.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god.
That's what it is.
So these are all creatures that either eat, attack, or purposely target children.
Right. Now, there's also another criteria that
Okay.
I set out in doing this. I didn't want to add any creatures to the list that stole children or something like that because they were naughty or
Oh,
misbehaved
okay.
or something like that. Or that I found maybe that parents created
Well, I
the
feel a lot of these.
legend so that their kids wouldn't like go near the water or things like that.
I'm
You
pretty sure
understand?
some of these are birthed from those
Right.
type of stories, though.
But a lot of these are just where these things are just,
They see a kid and they just snatch it for lunch or
kind of,
something.
yeah, they have a preference. Okay?
Jesus. These are the petals of the monster world.
Well, actually, I was going to say no, but then I remembered there's one on this list that actually,
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Oh boy. Let's
And
start.
like I said, for a very great reason, we will not be putting up any
We could just
images.
still put up
No, no, no. I
some
don't want
artist
to scare
renditions.
anyone. If anyone wants to go and do their research afterwards, they can.
Okay, I still think some nice little.
No, there aren't.
Oh,
I
they're
won't
not
listen.
nice.
Listen, if we're doing something like this, we should put up the great gruesome ones. You
Okay,
understand?
do
I'm
that.
not putting up any cartoon cutesy things because these are not cute. Right
Okay.
then, let's just get right into it.
Start. Where are we starting?
We are starting in England.
Okay.
There is this creature called Black Anise or Anise, also Black Anna or Black Agnes is
Okay.
her name. She is a witch
Hmm. She's a
and a
witch.
boogeyman figure in English folklore dating back to the 18th century. She's
Hmm.
considered to have been derived from a pagan goddess.
Okay.
But her reputation was demonized with the emergence of Christianity.
God damn it.
Exactly. The name Black Anise or Anise is often mentioned in relation to the great Celtic goddess Anu or Danu,
Hmm.
and her counterpart is Gentle Anise or Wise Crone Kilchebara.
I
Okay.
feel you butchered that word
I probably did.
like really bad.
It well, I tried to look up the pronunciation and it's beyond me. I haven't mastered that
I got you.
sound yet, or
Yeah.
maneuver, should I call it, in the throat. Um anyway, Black Anise feast on flesh of humans,
Mhm.
specifically children.
Any
Okay?
particular reason why she likes kids in particular?
No.
They just maybe they're young, so their
She
flesh is.
likes them better.
Mm.
That's what I found, Christopher. I can't. I can't. There's no way to sympathize with any of these things. Anyway, legend has it as well that just thinking about Black Annis could drive one crazy. And she is said to roam Leicestershire in a dark cave she lives in some place called Dane Hills.
Well, she's. I don't live anywhere near there, so I don't think I'm going to see Black Annis
Yeah.
anytime soon. Those people
Um
in Leicestershire are screwed, though.
yeah. Yeah.
What's the next one?
The next one is Kum King from Estonia.
Oh,
Okay?
Estonia.
Yes. It is a creature from Estonian mythology who lives in the forest and eats children. Just right out from the beginning, I'm telling you that it eats children, okay?
Okay.
He also likes to taunt and terrorize grown-ups who happen to cross his path. Why?
Sounds like a
Don't
troll.
know. Anyhow, he appears as a large beast, but is actually a spirit of an unholy dead. Okay?
Okay.
Coom King doesn't have any specific like hunting grounds. So anywhere in the forest of Europe are really his territory.
Oh.
Um, so yeah, he
Hi.
could appear anywhere at any time to anyone.
It's a good thing we're deforesting the world at our rapid pace. Then.
Exactly. Coon King does have nowhere to go. There is something about Coon King that is weird. Apparently, if it floats through your body,
Okay.
it turns you evil.
What if you're evil before?
Not like that. I think you'll be dead and evil. It's like, I think it creates like zombies, maybe. Do you understand? If it floats through your body. That's my understanding anyway.
Huh. It just makes you evil?
Yeah.
Hmm. But like,
And dead, like I
how
said.
does he like know?
Know what?
So it just whatever. I'm getting too technical. She just makes you evil. Like,
Right here it says the potential of creating a legion of serial killers is high.
jeez,
So
a legion of serial
that's
killers.
what it's trying to say. Okay?
Yikes. I mean, why does he use that more often then? It sounds, I don't know. That's just so weird. Like, oh, he eats kids, he taunts people, he hangs out in the forest. Oh, and he can turn people into serial killers.
Yeah.
That's quite the move set
Yeah.
for some random forest monster, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Anyhow, don't want to be in the forest of Europe just randomly. Okay?
Okay, I'll
Moving
avoid it.
on. The next one we have is Baba Yaga.
I've heard of this before. I
Okay.
think it's Russian.
From Eastern Europe, apparently she has no counterparts in other like mythologies around the world, and there's nothing else like her.
Why? What is so? I've heard of Baba Yaga. I know she's like some witch type monster creature.
She appears as a witch.
Mm-hmm.
She's got long legs and a large nose, like they do.
Like they do.
She apparently bestows blessings and cursings on travelers based on how she is feeling.
So she's bipolar.
Sure. She's often depicted flying around in a wooden bucket,
Right.
looking for
Yes.
children to snatch, as one does. She abducts the children and cooks them, as one does.
Yes, of
I mean,
course.
a witch, of course. She's often pictured holding a mortar and pestle,
Mm-hmm.
and she carries a broom around to sweep any tracks that she may leave to make it difficult for potential hunters.
I mean, she sounds like the stereotypical witch archetype that so many things are based on. Except for the white, she flies around on the bucket. That
I don't
is.
know.
She has a broom, but she flies around in the bucket.
Yes.
Hmm.
Baba Yaga doing it all. Okay.
uh,
Next, we're going to move on to the Philippines where we have the aswang.
I've also heard of this.
Okay. The aswang is a flesh-eating, shape-shifting monster.
Fantastic.
Yes. During the day, they appear as regular people, and apparently they seem to have reclusive habits, but I wouldn't just say anyone with reclusive habits is an aswang. That's kind of wrong. Um, at nighttime, they shapeshift, and they go hunting, and they prefer to feast on children
Okay,
and
yeah.
pregnant women.
Oh, not even letting for the kids to be born. Go straight for them in the
Yes,
womb.
yes, it does. It has a, what do you call it? A proboscis. I'm not pronouncing that
Proboscis?
Yes, and it uses that to inject the belly and
Uh-huh.
suck out the fetus,
Oh,
actually. So, yes,
that's not a great image.
it 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 isn't. Anything that stabs with its tongue is just, oh God.
So it's like a giant mosquito. Is that
I hate mosquitoes that are giant. In addition to shape shifting, aswans can also change the appearance of objects.
Oh.
And there's something that they will do. They will get like dirt and leaves and plants, any kind of like plant life, nature,
Mm-hmm.
and make doppelgangers of their victims.
Why?
Just to be able to get their victim and have that there, and it'll disintegrate by the time they're done eating their meal, kind of thing. You know, It's just to fake out the people. They like to hang out at funerals, wakes, and pregnant people bedsides.
Wow, the most awesome places to hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get the, well, that this creature really has a type. Why the dead though? Does he like to go after dead kids as well? Is that why he's hanging out
Yes.
at? Oh,
They eat corpses.
oh, okay. My bad. I get
Was
it now.
that not clear? I'm so sorry. Anyhow, yeah. And apparently, I don't like this one, but you can tell if someone is an asswang by two things, no, three
How?
things. The first is that they have bloodshot eyes. I hate that because that's like every employee who works overtime.
That's
That's not
me.
exactly.
Stayed up too
Um,
late.
the next is that there's this oil called albularius oil, and it is said to boil, like just start boiling when an assman is nearby.
Okay.
Great. Everybody
Why?
should have some of this oil. Why? Don't ask why. Aren't you sick of asking why and not getting an answer? Moving on. And the third way, which I think is the best really, is that when you look an aspang in their eyes, your
Mhm.
reflection will look upside down.
Okay.
Exactly. That's how you tell. Okay. They do not like garlic and they do not like I found this thing. I don't know why it's like this, but it says that they don't like religious artifacts. Like that
Okay.
keeps them away or something. And it did not
Religious
specify.
artifacts.
I thought that was way too broad. It's like, do you mean a cross or a
Some
rosary
rosary.
or a statue of Buddha? I mean, come on, you need to be more clear about
Specific.
this.
What religious artifacts?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly. But I thought I mentioned it anyway, gather all the religious artifacts in your house.
That's suspicious.
Exactly. And they can be killed two ways,
How?
by decapitation
Mm-hmm.
or, no, this one is funny, by a whip made of a stingray tail.
I want to know how the first people to kill an Aswang figured out that using a stingray tail whip was what was necessary to kill it.
Yes.
Decapitation makes the most sense because decapitating anything most of the time kills it in this world. But yeah, interesting.
Next, we will go to Tanzania.
Okay.
Okay. There is this creature called the Popobawa. Popobawa is an evil spirit
Mm-hmm.
or a Shitani, which are East African mythical spirits.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it is believed by the residents of Zanzibar to first have appeared in Tanzania on the island of Pemba.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Popobawa is a Swahili name. Popo means bat and bawa means wing.
Okay. Batwing.
Right. However, this name doesn't describe the creature because Popobawa is actually a shapeshifter.
Oh.
And one of the things that I found says that it changes its clothes more than you do, or it can shapeshift into anything. Humans, animals, objects, trees. It can be anything.
Sounds like a cheat.
Yeah. Yeah. So it can shapeshift into a bat as well because it
Mm-hmm.
can shapeshift.
Yeah.
All right. But the name does not describe what it looks like.
Gotcha.
It describes the shadow apparently that it casts when people saw it.
Ah.
Yeah. So that's where the name comes from.
Hmm.
Um, During the day, they look like regular people,
Of
like
course
the
they do.
Aswang, because everybody disguising as human, like it's the greatest thing. In nighttime, they change because
Of course they do.
it's dark and no one can see. So the thing that the Popobawa does, let me just read it to you. The creature has a horrendous reputation of attacking male, female, and children and assaulting them both physically and sexually. Then after doing that, it will encourage its victim to go and spread the word about it. So, like, basically tell everyone what happened to you, and that's
Jesus
supposed to
Christ.
deter it from returning.
What?
So, I also saw something else about it. So, the local people are really afraid of this, and there were like attacks in like 1995, and they're kind of recent. So it's not the local people who disbelieve, but it's foreigners who then come and find out about it, who then think, okay, maybe it's just some fame-seeking person kind of thing.
I mean, there's other ways to get fame than trying to rape fucking kids, dude. That's just.
Yeah. No, it'll
That's.
rape anything.
Oh,
Aside
Jesus
from animals, I
Christ.
didn't find anything like that, but yeah.
And then it tells them to tell people or it can come back.
Yes.
God, this is. I was expecting child murder, but no, he lets them live after he screws them.
Yeah.
And then tells them, go and tell them, or I can come back for you.
Yeah. Basically.
Has this story ever been like attributed to some actual criminal that's been going around like in communities and like raping
No.
people or anything like that? And like you're saying, there's like attacks, but I'm just saying maybe that somebody was doing something and the
It's possible.
yeah, that is very unfortunate. Yeah. What's the next unsavory creature on our list?
The next is the Abu Hawla.
Can't say that word, can you?
I have to go up. Okay. The next is the Abu Huwa.
Okay.
Okay. From the Colombian Amazon. Okay, so it's a tribe of people called the Pueblo people who believe in this Abu Hua.
Okay.
It is a nocturnal creature said to embody disease, death, and anything that is evil.
Oh.
They apparently associate with the spirits of dead poisoners, murderers, that's supposed to be prisoners, I don't know, and male adulterers.
What about female adulterers?
No, didn't see anything like that. They're described as misty creatures from the realm of darkness.
Okay.
Because where else would you be from? The name is derived from whiteness or the foaming of rapids. And these creatures are ogres, these Abu Hua. Okay. They are hairy, foul-smelling, and they're associated with bestial sexuality and death. Okay? Like any other ogre. In addition to that, they have an extra face on the back of their head.
Okay.
And the front of their bodies is extremely sticky, so it's kind of difficult to escape them.
Okay, so they're just nasty looking creatures and they stick you to them.
Yes. The females
they're females.
Yes, they have long pendulous breasts, this article says, and they prefer to kill men, while the males attack women and often kill them. If they have children, they will abduct them and raise them as their own. Then those children are called Abu Hua changelings, and they turn into camels, become cannibals, being raised like that. The only thing, well, it's not the only thing, but any kind of peppers, burning peppers, kind of like prevents them. They don't like it. And when they are killed, they turn into sloths. apparently.
So these things get a second life as a sloth when they get killed.
Yeah. Isn't that? I thought that was like weird, kind of.
This
There's
is odd
there's
one.
also some added stuff about this. So in years ago, right? In the plains of the Amazon. The Amazon doesn't
Plains
have
of the
plains.
Amazon? Not really.
Um, in the Amazon, right? These Pueblo people
Mhm,
and many other tribes had been being attacked and such.
mhm.
And I don't know who it was, but maybe it was some god or something, because this is what their mythological text says. Someone saw this and they didn't want the people being attacked. So this god then sends a flood and it wiped out a whole bunch of the Abuhua and these
Mhm.
like killer jaguars that they used to work with.
Okay.
So their numbers were like severely decreased
Oh,
and there are few of them.
killer jaguars.
Yeah,
I mean, okay.
yeah,
This is a very strange one. But it's the first one where they don't straight up just kill the kids. They
right.
just
They
raise
nap
them
them.
in and make them into cannibals.
Right.
Unique.
Okay. Anyhow, moving on.
Yes.
The next one, no, I actually only found this one place, but I still wanted to include it.
Okay.
Okay. It is called the Pantaroff and it's from the West Indies.
Where in the West
We
Indies?
definitely don't know about
I
it.
don't.
Or maybe,
It may
I
be by a
mean,
different name.
what it does though sounds familiar to me, but I don't think I've ever heard of it like
I've never heard of the name
this
either.
naming before. Anyhow, so there is a West Indian fish called the tibuk or the thibuk or the pontaroff, which means robber fish or evil fish. Okay.
Okay.
The pontaroff is the size of a porpoise or bigger,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not as long. Its head is round like a human's and it has really long ears, like huge, huge. If you saw the photo, you would be like, what? Um, the Pontaroff earned its name from the cruel behavior that it performs, which is that it will wait by the river and then it will wait for a child to come by and do whatever, play or blah blah blah, and then it will seize the child. It won't kill them or eat them.
You'll just
It'll
drag them
just
under.
start, no, it starts to throw them up in the air and play with them, kind of like.
Okay.
Um, but that eventually drowns them, actually.
Uh-huh.
That all of that movement and everything, it
Well, yeah.
kills them. Um,
This sounds like what killer whales do to seals.
right?
You ever see that?
Yeah,
When
I
they like knock
have.
the seals into the air like multiple times and they don't even eat them just for fun?
Right.
It sounds a lot
It
like
is
it.
similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
For this reason, the natives of the land, whatever land that is, despise pontaroffs and will hunt and kill them wherever they are seen. Apparently, this guy named de Montfort believed that the pontaroff to be some kind of octopus, but they say that it is more likely that it was a manta ray, given how it looks.
With
And
the
the
human
bad
face.
reputation that it has is similar to that of manta rays. I don't know.
I don't know either. They say that it looks like a porpoise and it has a round head
When I
and then
saw
long
it,
ears.
it did look, it looks like a ray, a manta ray. It
Okay.
does. But the head is weird and the ears are weird.
I've
It's,
never heard of this at all. What part of the West Indies did it say that this like came from?
it doesn't say.
Oh, so it's just general
Also,
West
I can't
Indies.
read French to get the
Oh,
original text,
so
although
it's
I'm sure it's
definitely
translated somewhere.
so it's probably wait. Which ones were French? Haiti, Montserrat. Yeah. It's strange though. Where are we going next?
The next one is the bunyip from Australia.
The who?
Bunyip.
Bunyip.
Yes. It's one of Australia's most famous monsters. It's a
Except
creature.
for all the actual monsters that live in Australia that actually can kill you.
Right, so this is a mythical one.
I wish some of the ones that live in Australia were mythical.
I bet their whole country does. Um, so the bunyip is a creature that lives in or near bodies of water, such as creeks, pools, and swamps.
Okay.
There's supposedly as many as 9 regional types of bunyips throughout Aboriginal Australia.
Okay. 9 different types.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
There is no real consensus concerning what it looks like, but some common characteristics are its tusks, huge tusks, it has flippers and a horse-like tail.
Okay.
It is believed that they come out at night to feast on animals, women, and young children. And it makes a loud bellowing song when it approaches. It is sometimes thought to have supernatural powers as well, although what those would be, no one really says. And there you have it. All about the bunyip. Well, that's all I got. I also saw some stuff about how in Australian, not like society, but it's more like toned down today, and it's like in their cartoons and everything. But I still thought it was really, I saw a photo of it, so yeah, I had to include it, but I'm not going to go on. Anyway, that.
Yes, that.
Next, we're going to the... Where are we going? We are going to the plains this time.
Okay.
Native America.
Oh, okay.
The last thing is called Two-Face. It is similar to monsters described in the Sioux Plains and Omaha tribes. This creature, it has sharp elbows, like knives or something.
Pointy elbows?
It's crazy, like knives as elbows, but
Okay.
it's also known as sharp elbows. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
It's humanoid and it has 2 faces. If you didn't know.
Like, is it like one the top on the front and one on the back or something?
I think so, yes. This creature delights in torturing and killing unsuspected victims. It just delights because it's fun. Anyone who sets eyes on Two-Face's second set of features will be killed or paralyzed by fear, they say. Two-Face most often preys on children and pregnant women.
Oh, yummy.
Yes. Usually killing them by stabbing them repeatedly with his razor-sharp elbows. In all of the legends, they are said to gruesomely disfigure victims before moving on with their elbows.
Very pointy elbow. I'm trying to imagine this thing and how that actually like works. Like the elbow is such a weird thing to like use as a weapon. Like so odd. Pointy elbows.
Anyway, in Lakota legends, Two-Face is most often a woman who's been turned into a two-faced monster after trying to seduce the sun god. According to these legends, one of the faces is beautiful while one is hideous, which to Native Americans represent disharmony and a departure from tradition.
That's what you get for trying to date above your station.
Trying to date whatever. I don't know what you're saying now, but whatever.
That's so weird, but okay.
But maybe it is actually.
Who knows? Maybe that is a story, since the whole thing about having two faces is about disarming and departure from tradition.
Yeah.
Maybe it's all about staying in your lane. Don't
Yeah.
try to get too uppity hoppity.
They say that she represents disconformity.
Oh,
So
that
it
might
makes
really,
sense, really, what you're saying. The
yeah.
whole
S-
stay in your lane kind of thing.
Stay in your lane, stick to tradition, or you can turn into the goddamn Two Face.
I don't think that's right.
Mm,
That's really wrong.
it probably is. It's kind of like how Beauty and the Beast was a story told so that girls would be like, maybe your husband might seem bad and he might be old and 70, but maybe he's truly a prince on the inside. That's the true reason for the Beauty and the Beast story.
Is that real?
Yeah.
My
It was
God.
told to like noble daughters and stuff, waiting to get him married off to like older men and whatnot. Maybe he's a prince on the inside. He might look beastie and old and is 70 and wants to touch your nubile 14-year-old body, but he might be a prince on the inside.
Right.
I'm sorry about that tangent, but yeah, stories told to keep you in your lane type of thing.
We should do an episode.
Yes, we should. Let's talk about real monsters. There was this whole story, I think, for like a year or so ago. A pregnant mother received information from like what is known the DCS, the one where the
Okay.
child services, and they were like, "Oh, we're just checking it on you before the baby is born or something like that, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "That's very suspicious. There's nothing wrong with like their situation or anything like that." Her boyfriend years ago was arrested for having pot, but they haven't like nothing like that. But she was just like, "Oh, we're checking them," and the lady came again, and she was asking questions on Reddit to people about why this lady is like checking up on her and whatnot. People are like, no, be careful, that's not right. Or because they shouldn't have any information where you shouldn't be bothering you at all. And fast forward like a week or two, and she calls the police and she gets information. She contacts the child services. The lady was actually setting her up in a way so that they can, when her baby is born and she comes by to like check on her, they could try to kidnap her child
Wow.
and then like sell it to like other people who want kids. Apparently it was some sort of like child trafficking ring type of situation. It was really weird and just some scary real life shit. That lady, before she even had the kid, they were already like, that lady there, we can get her
They
baby.
had designs on her unborn child.
Exactly like some of these monsters you've mentioned here today. That one with the, which one was it? That was the Popo Bawa. Ugh, it
You mean
has.
the physical and sexual assault?
Yes, that one just
And then spread my name?
don't like
Yeah.
that at all. Don't like that one at all. But this was very entertaining and interesting. I knew
I did
if
not
some,
want it to be entertaining.
but it was interesting to learn about. I quite like that Baba Yaga floats about on a bucket for whatever reason she does it. I don't like the Popobab because he's a rapist, but then again, some of these things are just eating people and kidnapping kids, so they're all bad. They're all
They are.
bad. None of them
Yes.
get my sympathy. They're all bad.
Yeah. And that's the end.
And that is the
There's
end.
nowhere to spin this into anything good except parents should hide the children. That's it.
Hide your kid. Hide your wife. They're raping everybody out here. I'm surprised he didn't add what was that other one? The one I can't remember the name, but it's like the tall lady in the white dress. That stalks like little boys or whatnot.
Uh,
The Japanese one, I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's just both little boys. I don't think I've ever seen any story, but she just stalks boys and always says popo popo. I don't know what that really means, but somebody needs to call the popo on that woman when they get a chance. Anyways, I enjoyed this. Thank you for bringing these predatory monsters to all of our attention.
Okay. I didn't want you to enjoy it.
I
I need you
enjoy
to be
learning
aware.
aware.
Okay? Everybody needs to be aware.
I'll protect my non-existent kids.
Well, protect yourself as well. There's some things in here that, attack men, adults.
I'm not that worried about being attacked by some of these creatures, though. I can protect. If I'm never joking, but yeah, I can protect myself, Kim.
Is that
I will be
so?
safe from Baba Yaga.
Anyhow, that is, yeah, those are the creatures that I thought were really freaky
Okay,
for children.
for children.
Well, for people, but mostly children.
Children is their favorite. God, I
Exactly.
feel so
They have a
disgusting
preference.
saying that.
Like I said, um, there will be no photos. If people are interested, they need to go online and look for themselves, but I will not include them because I'm not trying to give people
Does it
nightmares.
are the pictures truly that distressing?
I can get the ones that I saw and they are bad.
We'll put a warning before this thing. Viewer discretion is advised or something.
No.
Okay.
Anyhow, that's it.
Well, that's all we have today, our dear listener or viewer. We hope that you learned, not enjoyed, as Kim would say.
Yes.
And we'll see you again next time.
Good night, everyone.